Hello and welcome to our flip video lesson 3.05, Religion and Empire. And the links will be here once we post this recording if you need to go back and watch it. Learning objectives of this lesson: define Caliph and Jihad, describe the importance and results of trade in the Muslim Empire, identify Abu Bakr as the first Caliph and Muhammad's friend and father-in-law, and the conflicts during his rule that led to a split in Islam, list ways in which Islam spread. On a map, trace the growth of the Muslim Empire. And so introduction, we're going to be talking about the Muslim Empire and its impact around the world. Student guide questions, student guide page 383. We're going to talk about some important vocabulary that will help you with your assessment today. And then your Human Odyssey reading pages 473 to 479. Introduction, Religion and Empire. When Muhammad died, his followers carried on the new religion. Islam prospered and grew under the Caliph Abu Bakr, Muhammad's first successor. The Muslim Empire employed both military and peaceful means to expand into Europe and Africa. Muslim trade, culture, and religion spread along with the empire. And that's that word again, cultural diffusion. So that spreading of ideas, culture, religion, food, language, everything spread with that word cultural diffusion, meaning the movement. And so with travel, with trade, ideas spread. So Muhammad's flight to Mecca in 622, called the Hijrah, marked the beginning of the Islamic era. Despite leadership struggles, Islam spread from Mecca and Medina out across 3 continents during the century following Muhammad's death. So the spread of Islam, the caliphs who followed Abu Bakr, who again was Muhammad's friend and father-in-law, Muslim armies conquered Syria, Egypt, Byzantine towns, and all the way to the Caspian Sea, east to the Indus River, and across North Africa into the Iberian Peninsula. Sunnis who supported Abu Bakr believed Muslim leadership should go to the most capable. Caliphs threatened death to polytheists who did not convert. Caliphs taxed Christians and Jews who did not convert. Muslim traders helped spread their religion as they talked about their beliefs with people in other places. And trade brought Muslims into contact with people from other parts of the world. Again, in the back of your head, think about that word cultural diffusion, that spreading out of ideas. The importance of trade. Muhammad came into contact with Jewish and Christian ideas and beliefs when he traveled with trading caravans. One reason Muslim armies could fight well and take advantage of the desert was that they were very familiar with the harsh terrain from their experiences as traders. People in Baghdad could buy goods from China, Russia, Spain, India, and Africa. Traders brought back all kinds of knowledge and ideas from faraway lands, making Baghdad a great center of learning. And Muslims learned how to make paper from the Chinese, and Muslim scholars used the paper to copy books. So again, remember this, they didn't have the internet at that time. There were no books, there were nothing to spread ideas. So ideas were spread by word of mouth, by writings on paper. Things weren't photocopied like we copy them now. The printing press had not been developed yet. And so this spread of ideas was truly spread through trade. That's why trade was so integral and important in the movement of ideas and the movement of thoughts and religions and cultures. That was the way it spread. And so you can go ahead and turn to your textbook, not your student guide, your textbook. And on page 476, there's a map of the entire time span of the growth of the Muslim Empire. It's also in your OMS. For today, you can go ahead and take a look at that when you're doing your online lesson. I'm not going to go through much in this flip video other than to say it is important that you do complete your reading, that you do complete your OMS lesson, and that you do have an understanding of this spread of the Muslim Empire and where it spread. And again, through that movement. Okay, and here's where we normally turn to your student guide pages, but you do need the student guide for today's lesson is 383, but there's actually nothing to write. So you really don't have anything to do with your flip video lesson other than finish watching for another minute or so. And vocabulary, as we always say, is key to comprehension. So this word seceded, I'm sorry, I put 3, it should be just 2 E's there. Sorry about that, there was a little typo. Seceded means to follow in sequence, to come after as heir or successor. And an heir is when something is handed down. So you're going to need to know that word for your quiz today. Jihad is a holy war against the enemies of Islam and reference to Muslims' internal struggle to lead a good life. Sunnis, there's two different, Islam split off or branched off into two different groups. And this is in your reading for today. It's in a blue box on page 474, so you can get more information there. But the Sunnis believe that the caliph should be the most capable, chosen as the most capable person. And Shiites believe that the caliph should be a descendant of Muhammad. And so this is the main difference between the two groups within Islam. And again, there's more in that on your book that you can read. But you do need to have an understanding of that for your assessment today. And then, as always, reading is key to understanding comprehension. Your reading pages are 473 to 479 today. Here we come to our quote section. I invent nothing, I rediscover, by Auguste Rodin. That's a good thing to ponder. And here we come to the end of our flip video. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That's why it is called the present. Have an amazing day. Thanks so much for joining me today.